when you talk about just how big this could actually be, and you look at the fact that in Shanghai, silver is priced over $3 an ounce higher than it is in the West. They know the real value of silver. It will even be priced higher before this is all said and done. They're just slowly arbitraging everything over. Silver's priced $3 higher. The Shanghai Exchange opens up limit up today. They now have a new trading platform that sidesteps SWIFT that allows these. I mean, it's all coming into place. The infrastructure is being built right. I think that countries like China, countries like Russia, countries like India that understand this will be in the driver's seat before this is all said and done. And this is why you're seeing the price setting mechanism.
Andy Schectman, CEO of Miles Franklin, delves into recent developments in the silver market, highlighting a remarkable surge witnessed in the Shanghai silver futures market. Despite it being Monday night in China, this notable 7% surge indicates a significant uptake in silver prices, possibly influenced by ongoing events related to China's Belt and Road Initiative, BR. The Belt and Road Initiative, a far-reaching global infrastructure development strategy, aims to enhance connectivity between continents by establishing extensive trade routes. A notable component of this initiative is the introduction of an ultra-large-scale blockchain infrastructure platform intended to support various projects along the Belt and Road. This underscores China's commitment to technological innovation and efforts to bolster its global infrastructure capabilities. Furthermore, the observed disparity in silver prices between Shanghai and Western markets underscores the growing importance of silver, particularly in industrial applications. The higher prices observed in Shanghai emphasize the strategic significance of silver and the pressing need to address its scarcity to foster growth across various industries. Andy expresses concerns about the availability of silver for industrial purposes, highlighting the disconnect between claims of sufficient availability and the practical challenges of accessing it. Much of the available silver is tied up in ETFs and warehouses, limiting its accessibility for critical industrial applications. Andy also critiques Janet Yellen's efforts to influence silver production, highlighting the urgent need to address this issue to ensure the continued functionality of silver-dependent industries. He questions Yellen's effectiveness as Treasury Secretary, citing her track record and the evolving dynamics of global economics. He points out the irony of her attempts to influence other countries' policies, particularly as countries like China, Russia, and India increasingly prioritize commodities like silver, positioning themselves for greater influence in the global economy and shaping the future trajectory of the silver market. Clips from Andy Schectman's interview with Road to Ruta will be presented. But before that, viewers are encouraged to subscribe for more updates.
It was Monday last night in China because they're ahead of us time-wise. The Shanghai silver futures market hit a 7% limit up stop Monday morning, today. Wow. Right away. So, maybe that had a profound effect on the way that they decided to look at silver. Look, silver was up 10% last week alone, but it opened up this morning in Shanghai up 7% limit and triggered the stops for a few minutes. So yeah, and when you talk about the Belt Road Initiative, it's not a small project. It's the largest infrastructure project in human history. It's 75% of human population, 50% of global GDP. And there's a new development in the Belt Road Initiative that I don't think many people know about, and it just happened recently in the last couple of days or weeks. And the Chinese government have launched a new public blockchain infrastructure platform, and the platform is called Ultra Large Scale Blockchain Infrastructure Platform for the Belt Road Initiative. It aims to offer an underlying public blockchain for cross-border applications, according to an April 1st post by the Confluence Network. The main focus of the project is to create a public blockchain infrastructure platform. The platform will be able to support the implementation of cross-border cooperation projects along the Belt and Road Initiative. So when you talk about just how big this could actually be, and you look at the fact that in Shanghai, silver is priced over $3 an ounce higher than it is in the West. They know the real value of silver. It will even be priced higher before this is all said and done. They're just slowly arbitraging everything over. So silver's priced $3 higher. The Shanghai Exchange opens up limit up today. They now have a new trading platform that sidesteps SWIFT that allows these. I mean, it's all coming into place. The infrastructure is being built right in front of us. And that's probably part of the reason too, in terms of silver's really strategic use that you have. I don't know how many companies in Canada and think tanks and groups that have petitioned the Canadian government to relabel silver from industrial to strategic, because you're right, it is strategic and it's disappearing. And without it, you know what you are. You're up a river without a paddle. This is the same brain dead lady who had, while in Russia's backyard, and I say that euphemistically, in Brazil, part of the BRICS, one of the charter members, to publicly saying we need to not only sanction these Russian assets, but to confiscate the 380 billion in Forex reserves and give them to the Ukrainian effort. So, I don't know why anyone would listen to her. And not only that, she was a horrible Fed chairman or chairwoman or chairperson, and equally as bad and inept as a Treasury secretary. And I just think that, that's probably why it opened up 7% limit up. They laugh at her and say, you guys, you're crazy. The things that the West is trying to do, I think, is being laughed and mocked at and ridiculed. And that's why you see a country like India, part of the BRICS, import in the last 2 years over 400 million ounces of silver. And isn't it ironic that that's almost about the same amount of silver we've seen bled off of COMEX in the last 2 years? So you start to put these things together and you realize that Zoltan Pozsar is right. We're moving into a system where it's all about commodities, and he or she who has the commodities will make the rules. And that's why I think that countries like China, countries like Russia, countries like India that understand this will be in the driver's seat before this is all said and done. And this is why you're seeing the price setting mechanism.
The anticipated launch of the BRICS Grain Exchange holds the promise of a significant revolution in the global grain market, a fact underscored by Russian officials. Despite being the largest grain producers and exporters, BRICS countries have lacked the leverage to influence agricultural commodity prices crucial for their food security, as emphasized by the ministry. However, the introduction of the BRICS Commodity Exchange is viewed as a potential solution to this dilemma. In December, the Russian Agricultural Ministry reported that BRICS members accounted for a substantial portion of global grain production and consumption. Following the expansion of BRICS, these figures saw a significant increase, highlighting the bloc's growing influence in the agricultural sector. Andy accentuates the ministry's stance by stressing the importance of withdrawing these commodities from exchanges and redirecting them through arbitrage. This strategic approach aims to shift ownership away from leveraged exchanges toward entities prioritizing tangible assets, thereby reducing reliance on artificial mechanisms. Additionally, Andy sheds light on the evolving perception of silver, transitioning from solely an industrial metal to a strategic one. Demand for silver is expanding beyond traditional uses like solar panels, with Bloomberg estimating that by 2030, solar panels will consume about 20% of total silver demand, based on trend projections. Despite the rising demand for solar energy, the supply of silver has not increased in recent years.
The point I'm getting at is that the world understands the importance of pulling all of these commodities off of the exchanges by, draining the exchanges, using the BS Western price and sucking it all over there with arbitrage, and bang, like that, they're gonna flip the switch. They will own all of the commodities and they will reprice it on exchanges that are cash and carry rather than our fake leverage, like where you say they can put the silver wherever they want with a click of a mouse. We talk about the things that you are doing so important for humanity, people to listen to. You have to have a bigger mind. You can't just look at today, next week, or what happened last week. You have to see the big picture. And that big picture is beginning to obviously rapidly unfold. But yeah, I think you're definitely going to see silver be viewed, before this is all said and done, not as an industrial metal, more as a strategic metal. And the need for solar panels, screw that. It's more about the need for it everywhere. And all of the uses that you've done an amazing job of telling us where we need silver, and it's disappearing in nature. And unfortunately, the West is the only entity that doesn't realize that. The rest of the world is beginning to notice that. But last night, Sunday night, 6 p.m. Eastern, I looked gold down 15, 20 bucks, silver down 50 cents. And 5 minutes later, I look at it and it's way up. And the point is that something's different. And maybe the West has lost control. And maybe when they accumulate all of the real things like they have, not just the paper side of things, but the real things, messing with shorting and especially naked shorting in a market like this really is about as dumb as a mud wall. So yeah, I think maybe it's different this time. Who knows? But
I
guess
think so.
we are at that point where I think we should expect a pullback, but I guess we'll have to wait and see.
The recent surge in silver prices, reaching levels not seen since December 1979, underscores the extensive history of price manipulation by Wall Street banks. Despite silver's inherent potential, manipulation tactics have consistently kept its value artificially low. However, the current upward trend, coupled with strategic moves by major players such as China, Russia, and India in commodity trading, signals an impending shift in the global economic landscape. Anticipated power shifts within the global economy suggest these nations will solidify their roles in commodity markets. Share your thoughts on Andy's prediction in the comment section below. Also, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications for more content like this. Thank you for watching.